Congratulations to Stacy, who is first with the first comment. Stacy, how should we reward Stacy for being first? Any requests? Stacy, you can submit your request. I will see if we are able to accommodate here at the Terri Strange Show. Money? No. No. Why are people always asking me for money? Just because I look like money. I'm the one who's supposed to be asking for money. I'm the one that's live. I'm supposed to be dropping all my stuff and asking you to buy my things. So go to Strange World at Society 6 if you want to buy my prints, stationery, mugs, t-shirts, and other wares. You can get accessories and all manner of things with my art printed on them. And where else can you support me? Well, there's a Ko-fi link. Dang, I do need to get better about that, don't I? I just came out of watching, I don't even know the name of the guy. His name's Jake. And the Hake Report was live on there with him getting interviewed. So it's interesting. But yeah, the guy was really repping his stuff. And I was like, man, I don't do enough of that. I probably should self-promote better, shouldn't I? Because I got stuff. I got ways to support. Be supported. But yeah. Alas. Mainly I just go live for fun. It's fun to go live and see who shows up and be spontaneous, right? The kind I find at a secondhand store. I might have gotten this at a secondhand store. Oh man, I'm having a sugar rush today, y'all. I got this. I slept in today. My cat was pissed. He was not happy with me, and he was very vocal and very huffy and puffy. He kept coming in and out of the bed, screaming at me, but I just kept ignoring him, turning around. Oh man. But yeah, I didn't really get up until like noon today. It was beautiful. I haven't done that in so long, just let myself rest that long. Got myself dressed, went out, and I went to the new Filipino spot in my area, and I got one of their hot drinks. It's just a milk tea. It's very sweet though, and I also got a pastry from them. I got this like ube Danish with like ube cream cheese Danish. It was very good, but very rich. I also got an ube, like they had a ube flavored Rice Krispie treat. So we'll save that, have it, in a couple days, I think. And I got a chicken sandwich from them. The chicken sandwich was amazing. Although I thought it was going to come with fries. But that's probably for the best because, like, honestly, I don't want to eat anything else today. But yeah, the sugar from this tea and from the Danish, I'm kind of like feeling spinny. You're a Francophile? Yeah, I mean, hey, there's a lot to appreciate about them. Do I not do tarot? No, I don't do tarot anymore. I'm a Christian. I can't be doing tarot readings anymore. I have to give up the divination and witchcraft and idolatry, all of that stuff, so that I can be holy. So yeah, I don't do tarot anymore. think that's part of it. I took it out of I stopped having my shop open anymore. So yeah, you can't get you can't check out a reading from me, but I still have like people come to me wanting readings, but no, it's not being done anymore. If you want a consultation with me, that's just personal, I will do that. But apart from that, no, I won't do any divination. So yeah. But thanks for asking. Yeah, thanks for checking in about it. How's everybody doing? I can't believe I slept so good. I'm such I don't sleep well usually. I just, it's a hassle for me to get good sleep. And the fact that I was able to just get so much today, it was gorgeous. Usually my cat does not let me either. He really does not appreciate me slacking. And oh man, he was mad, but we're doing okay. He survived. He's okay. It's not like he's neglected or starving in any capacity. But yeah, got up and gave him his chicken. That was fun. I did my makeup with the white mascara today because I wanted a sort of like chilly look when I went out. I had to get out today though. I haven't been out all week. I shouldn't say I haven't been out all week. I did go, I think Tuesday morning. I think I went out in the morning to just the shop, and I hit up like the Starbucks that was there and got a nice espresso. And then I got some regular coffee. Yeah, I got a pound of coffee because I ran out of coffee in the house. So I went and bought a pound of coffee, and then I stopped at the Starbucks that they have in the grocery store. So that was my outing this week. It's been very silly, shut in, overworked. I didn't even finish my work. I thought I was going to work this morning, but I slept in, so it didn't happen. I could have done it in the afternoon, but I had to get out because it was sunny and it was warm, and I just wanted to get some fresh air. Then my cat, when I came home, I wasn't gone that long, maybe like half an hour or so. I came back and my cat ran out into the hallway. And so I was like, fine, and I went into my living room area over here, and I put down my stuff because like I had a bag of food from the Filipino place. I had my drink. And then all of a sudden I hear him like crying at the door, like going like, no, no, like really upset, like let me in. So I rush over to the door, and I was like, oh yeah, you have a regret, aren't you? Because, he does this sometimes where he runs out, but somebody, I guess, came into the hallway or came out of the elevator. And if that happens, he gets scared. So yeah, I open the door, he runs in, and who do I notice but like my neighbor who I used to be friendly with until he started being pissy, because you can figure it out. He wanted to, have some sort of like sexual interaction with me, and I wasn't going to have that. And then that kind of, the friendship kind of deteriorated from there. So like, and it's just other things. He didn't have many manners. So like the few times I went out in public with him, he didn't have any manners. Like I took him to a church function, and he like took a thing, like, those covers that they put on the piano. He like took it off and started messing with the piano in like the middle of the night. I was like, can you not, what the hell are you doing? I don't like that. This is why I don't like to date younger men as well. Like, and he and I weren't even dating. Like he was just my neighbor I was trying to be friendly with because he seemed like he needed a friend. But anyway, like it's just stuff like that. It's like I shouldn't have to tell you how to behave in public. Like, not your mom, but like it seems like anytime a younger man is trying to get with an older woman, he needs a mom. It's interesting. Do you like my lashes? I used the white mascara today. I thought you would like it, Thomas, because it's a little bit different. Because I have the thick, like, white eyeliner, and then I did the white lashes. But yeah, Hake defended me on the whatever show he's on right now, Jake. Hake and Jake. I don't know who Jake is. I was surprised. He seemed to have like a lot. He's been doing it a long time, but I was like, man, where is this going? It is different. That's so diplomatic, Thomas. I think it looks nice, especially like with the colors I was wearing, because I was wearing, the gray and I was wearing like a blue coat and then this dress and gray stockings. I thought it looked nice. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Blizzard chic, yeah. Hopefully it doesn't snow here again for a while. It is March 9th of all things. Oh, I was going to do an International Women's Day special, but like yesterday I was so tired. I worked until like 6 o'clock last night, and then I was just like, I'm done. So no International Women's Day show. I'm sorry we missed it. But I thought it was pretty fitting because it's actually technically International Working Women's Day, and I spent the day overworking. So I think I celebrated just fine. He was defending, well, like I was not really. I had like commented because they brought up Joelle's show this week where Joelle was talking about makeup. And I was like, Joelle is wrong. I'm not giving up my witchcraft or something. And Hick was like, it's fine. He's like, don't give it up. Like, like, or whatever. He was like, being like, yeah, I don't have to give it up if I don't want to. He's like, but just listen to what he's saying. But I don't know. Like, femininity is something that matters to me. It's part of my feminine ritual, the glamour of it. Like, I'm not trying to trick anyone or anything, but like, and I don't wear it because I'm insecure about my appearance. I went years without wearing makeup, and I'm beautiful without it. I wear it because it's fun. And I feel like it's, part of crafting me as a person before I like go out into the world. Like, obviously, I just have fun. Anyway, State of the Women address. Women are a mess. Help us. Help. What's wrong with us? Okay. Oh, I didn't even finish the story. Like, I mentioned that neighbor was the one walking by, but I found he's been like, I've heard him in the hallway because he, again, doesn't have manners, but he's been trying it on with another neighbor girl. And I was kind of like, so I opened the door and it's both of them walking by. And then my cat like crouched and running in, and she's like, oh, he's so cute. And I'm like, good luck, girls. It was just so funny because like I was just like, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. Like, when was that? That was like last spring or something. Like last spring, it was like a year ago, where I was just like, yeah, I can't put up with you anymore. Like, I can't deal with you. Like, you're just, no. Anyway, he like, a couple months ago, he started messaging me on he messaged me on Instagram like out of nowhere, and he was like, "Hey, do you want a coffee?" Like he was offering to get me a coffee. I was like, "No, I'm okay, thank you." And then he's like, "Why do you think we stopped hanging out?" And I told him I stopped smoking pot, so I became less tolerant. And he's like, "That is effed." He's like, "The way I see it, you're always just really toxic." And I was like, "Yeah, okay," says the man messaging me like 8 months after the fact to like put me down because like I just don't want to hang out with you anymore or deal with you. Yikes. All right, y'all talking fast again. But this one looks young. She looks like younger than him, so maybe he'll be able to like get her to sleep with him. What leads men to being lacking in confidence, courage, fragile ego, and being a man child? Okay, so there's a lot. I think in his case, he is a child of divorce. So his parents split up, and his mother raised him from like his preteen years on. So he's got like those kind of issues, even though his dad's in his life. Like he lacks a lot of discipline that a father should instill. Although his father, didn't have discipline to keep his family together. His mom seems like a crazy. So I think in his case, I mean, that's part of it. But I think it's a choice too. I think a lot of men just like, it's easy to not. I think a lot of it has to do with obviously the breakdown of the nuclear family and the lack of fathering, lack of positive male role models. But I think the other thing about it is too, like just the culture itself. A big part of it is that women are very easy to access. So, like, men don't really have to do much to get laid. And I think that has a lot to do with it. So, back in the day, you kind of had to prove yourself and earn a woman. And now it's like women are giving it up, after splitting the bill on the first date and like, things like that. So I think that kind of like lack of something to work for. Yeah, I think porn has a lot to do with it too. Pornography really is a very strong assault on the male psyche. And it does drain their like vital energy. So that can really suck their strength, courage, masculinity away. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it, like overbearing mother, absent father, like cultural influences, personal lack of accountability, whole lot. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I try to be classic. Art Deco. You think I'm Art Deco? I do love Art Deco. I really do. Gorgeous. GL in life, no manners guy. What is GL in life? Yeah, yeah. I think women are just as desperate. I mean, yeah, women are a mess. We already said that. International Women's Day, right? The State of the Women Address. We're a mess. Women are a mess, a hot mess. What about the spirit? I mean, yeah, a lot of. I mean, again, it's personal. It's they're lacking in. I think in his circumstance, like he's an atheist, and any time it would come up, he'd get like crazy, and I'd be like, I mean, it only happened twice that we actually had any conversation about it, but like, yeah, he got really crazy, and he got like all crazy about God being a man, and like or God being male, he got really at me about that. Like that's a problem or something, or that's supposed to bother me that God is referred to as a male. Or I'm like, yeah, well, you know, the spirit itself, like you want to get into that, is obviously greater than what man is as we see it. But like the relationship of God to us is as a father. Anyway, he got daddy issues, so we'll just let that go. But that was an interesting thing. Yeah, I mean, obviously, what it comes down to is a lack of character, and your character, comes down to your spirit, whether you're of good or of evil. Men think waiting until you're comfortable is being nice, but that should be the standard for a waiting room, not size. What does comfortable mean? What does that mean? Till you're comfortable. I'm not comfortable going to bed with you. Like, we're not, like, I don't know. Like, what is that comfortable? I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable. Ready, like, comfortable, like, what? Ready. I even think that guy that like I was seeing, that I mentioned here previously as I was processing, not wanting to continue to see him, even though it's been like we haven't seen each other very long. I think he was trying to get into my pants too, like really quickly, because like the last time I went out, like after the double date, like he walked me home, and then I was getting this impression at the, as soon as we got to like my building, he was like, I don't want this night to end. I don't want this date to end. And I was like, well, it's gonna. I'm not inviting you into my apartment. And then like, he's also like offering to like come to my apartment to help me with things. And I'm just like, why do men think they can get into your apartment so easy? Like, he's not the only one. But it's just like, I met you at church and you're like, you barely taken me on any dates and you're trying to get into my apartment. I haven't been to your apartment. Like, maybe if we were like in closer proximity, like if we were, but I'm not comfortable with that. Like, I'm not going to have a grown man, like, alone in my apartment with me. I'm just, you're not like, unless you're maybe like a worker, like I'd have one of the guys from maintenance in my apartment. Yeah. Or like somebody who I may have like hired for a task, but I'm not having some man that's like interested in me, who I'm dating in my apartment, or who I'm not even dating in my apartment, but who is interested in me. Like, that's just, like, that's just a recipe for disaster. It's just not a good idea. Like, like I'm not worried about me. I'm not worried that I'm like gonna like fall into it. I'm just worried that he's gonna try. And I'd rather just not be in that position. I feel like, and I feel like if a man is really interested in me for the right reasons, he's going to understand that. It's not going to be a big deal to him to not be invited into my apartment immediately. Like, maybe if we were serious, we've been seeing each other a while, it's mutual. We're, looking at, I mean, and when I say serious, I mean like we're looking at marriage. I might let him be in my apartment for a limited amount of time, but like, I don't know you well enough. Like, and also like I do have some family around here, but like my close male family they're not close. So the men I kind of have to rely on are friends. I don't want to be in a situation where something might happen and I have to like call like a male relative to have, them come and like kick somebody's ass. So I just don't want to be in that situation. Makes sense? Everybody agree? I don't know what girl you're referring to here. That one girl's videos with love. I told her that God is calling her home. Who are you talking about? When a woman feels like she's ready for sex, aka when they want to control you. I mean, yeah, I think that's important. I like that Jesse talks about that. I'm gonna adjust my hat a little bit here. I like that he talks about that because that's been a real thing. Like men who worship women, they want to get sex like immediately. That's a big red flag. Like they want to get you in bed immediately so that they can, make you responsible for them essentially. And yeah, it's not good. That is true, Alex. That is a good point. That is a good point. Yeah, there's a lack of discipline. Thomas thinks that I have common female sense. For real, Stacy. For real. Like I just like, yeah. And it's happened with a couple of guys now where they're like, yeah, wanting to come to my apartment. And I'm like, and I make it very clear, like, I'm like, you're not coming to my apartment. Or like the last time with this last guy, I was just like, I just like let out a big sigh. Baby, what you doing? Oh, you being a little ham. You are being a little ham. Why are you such a little cute kitty? Why are you so cute? Why did God make you so cute? You want some dry food, don't you? Look at the kitty. Oh, my kitty. Way more attractive to communicate intent in my experience. Yeah, I think so too. I concur wholeheartedly. Like I just don't, it's just exhausting. It's like, I don't know. And it's irritating like too that it's like men in church. Like I know I shouldn't expect them to be different, but like shouldn't they expect me to be different? Like, I don't know. It's upsetting. It's upsetting all around. Ugh. I'm sorry I kicked you off my lap, honey. I'm worried to cross my legs. They're hurting. I don't know. God, it's hard out here. It's hard being a beautiful modern woman, independent, resourceful, cunning. All the little, it just, there's so many traps. So many guys trying to trap you. They're like, ooh, I don't even know. I don't even know what to make of it. It is hard. It's so hard. I am a mess, honey. I'm a hot mess. What am I to do? What am I to do with myself? Why am I such a mess? Why am I such a mess? Okay, you're mentioning the quiet man again. I was looking it up today, actually. I was trying to find where to stream it on. I almost went on Amazon, but for some reason my Amazon Prime player is not working. And even though I installed all the updates in my browser, it's still not working. So I don't know what to do about that. So I'll probably have to watch it on YouTube. seems most likely. Buy a rental of it. It looks good though. I saw a scene where he picks her up and throws her on the bed. That I thought that was kind of interesting. I was like, oh. And like apparently like there's like a fight scene where they're like fighting each other, and I was like, this is what Thomas thinks of me. And I think I was like, this is what Thomas thinks. He thinks I'm the. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I have had guys be like that with me. They're like, oh, you have a will of your own. How fun. I'm like, are there women out there? Are there women out there that don't have a will of their own? Like, I don't understand that. Like, am I spunky or something? I don't get it. Like, is there something about me, like, just because I have like my own mind and my own will, and I'm like, stubborn about what I want? Is that weird? Am I weird? Should I be more like, oh yeah, whatever you say is fine? Hello, strange man who's just waltzed into my life. Sure, you take over. Like, is that how a woman should be? I don't understand. Like, what is the expectation? Is that what men are expecting when they like meet a woman, that she's just going to be like, wow, now you're here. My life has finally begun. I have been sitting here waiting for you this whole time without a thought or desire in my head. Thank God you're here. Now I have a life and purpose. Let me follow you wherever you lead me. I think they do think that. I think they think that's what it's going to be like. They're going to meet some woman and she's just going to be like, oh, you're just you're so masculine. Here, let me just hitch myself to your train, even though we just met and I barely know you. Oh, it does be like that. It does. I have had a couple guys are like, you're not. He's like, they're like, oh, you have a will of your own. You're not gonna let me say or do anything I like. What the? What kind of rib is this? But I don't know. I'm just not. I wonder. I think sometimes like it's that split in the feminine. There's a split in the feminine, and the feminine principle has like there's different ways of talking about it, thinking about it, and even though I strive to overcome like things, I still wonder, like, am I the kind of woman that like, is there still something about me where I'm just like a wild woman? Am I always going to be a wild woman? Am I always going to be the kind of woman that can't just be, I don't know. I shouldn't have a complex about it because it's not, there's nothing wrong with me. At the end of the day, the way I am, there's some things wrong with me, but like the fact that I have a will of my own and a mind of my own, and the fact that I'm, have a strong spirit, those are good things. Those are gifts, that were given to me. But it does make it hard to deal with men sometimes, because it's like even the ones that like have no business I don't know, but maybe I think that's also the thing about it. Like the ones that have no business, trying to, I don't know. That's right, Thomas. That's right, Thomas. I am like Excalibur. I do need someone who has the right touch. Someone who has a gentle hand as well. Like I cannot stand men being rough with me. Like throwing me a guy knocking me around and stuff like that. That would be horrible. Especially I'm like disabled woman, like get a chair, like I can't imagine somebody being rough with me would be terrible, like violent towards me. You have to be really, really vile to be violent toward me. I need a gentle touch, but I need somebody who's strong. That's the thing. A real leader, somebody who's, genuine. Yeah, I think that the issue is just, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of issues. Unpacking all of it and like working on my own self growth and self mastery and unpacking like my childhood and oh yeah, you said that earlier, Alex. I didn't keep up with the chat, but let me go back to your first comment. Almost every woman I've ever known has settled for a guy she's way too good for. And I mean, yeah, it's hard though because like if she was too good for him, then he wouldn't have got her. Yeah, I think that's part of it too. Like, but you see it from the outside, but like if he was able to get in there, then there's something wrong with her. But then again, like I think that way about my friends too, because I have I have some friends where I get frustrated with them because they're so beautiful, like they don't even see like their potential, they don't even see like how much better they could be doing, but they just are so susceptible because of their inner neediness and their inner like I don't know lack of I don't know how to put it like because I don't want to be mean about it, but it's a lot of women just they're desperate. They're desperate and needy, and you know it's very easy to get them because of that state. Like they don't know their own worth or value. Like other people from the outside can see it. They can see the potential, but I don't know. It's hard. It's definitely hard. A lot of women just don't love themselves. I think that's part of it. A lot of women just don't love themselves. And so, because they don't know how to love themselves, they can't recognize whether somebody else loves them or not. Um, and as a woman, you have to love yourself. You do. You have to know what that's like. You have to have that kind of attitude towards yourself. You have to take care of yourself. You have to look after yourself. And a lot of them don't. So because they don't have that, they don't recognize when someone comes along that isn't good for them. Anyway, women have options, Alex. They don't settle. They just don't know what they could get. I think that's a good insight. Stacy says women settle all the time. Well, yeah, I think that too, Thomas. I think it's hard for everyone. I think it's there. I think there. It's not easy for anyone out here, but I think a lot of it is just, people coming from broken families. People, if you grow up in a situation like that, like where your family's broken, and you don't ever have that like really modeled to you when you enter the dating market, then that is really challenging. And a lot of women just we don't speak really frankly and openly about the differences between men and women in this culture as well. Like, women are, they've been trained to kind of think like men in certain ways, and we're not men. We have completely different temperaments and real desires of what we want out of life. And we're not really taught, what to look for in a man. So, because of that, um, a lot of women think they should just give any guy a chance if he seems nice. You know, that was something that I thought too. Like, I gave a lot of guys, well, not a lot of guys, like, but every guy I ever dated, I thought, let's just say, not every guy I've ever dated, but a number of guys that I dated, in my life, you know, they shouldn't have been they should have I should have just said no at the outset. But I thought, he seems nice and like a good guy, and he does have this and this going for him. So I'll forgive the fact that he's not really stable or whatever, or I'll forgive the fact that this is weird about him because he seems nice. He seems like a good person. Like, the ultimate resignation of a woman is becoming the man she wanted to marry. What? How do you become the man you want to marry? I'm worried that's going to be me. Oh, I don't know. I'm not really worried. I'll be okay regardless of what happens. Potential gets you in trouble with men. A lot of women date men for their potential. They're like, oh, he might be like, if he just did this, then he'd be like this. And it's like, or he could do this. Like, I'm like, if he ain't doing it, don't, don't put all of your eggs in that basket. Because if he should be already where he needs to be, you know. But yeah, a lot of women date potential and then they wonder why he never. I'm like, well, he already got you on being less than what he could be. So if he already has a woman, you know, being less, if he already has a woman he wants being less, then why would he ever strive to become more? Because I think that's part of like what's wrong with men. We get back to the like comment earlier, like why are they like, fragile egos, little boys, that kind of thing. And I'm like, a lot of it has to just do with women and how women deal with men. And a lot of women don't know that, like, a lot of it is due to the fact that women have made, they've made having a woman so easy it's so easy to get a woman. It's so easy to get sex. It's so easy to get that kind of thing that a lot of men aren't meeting their potential because they don't need to. They could be a like druggy waster, what's the word I'm looking for? Like parasite. Like they could be a total parasite and still get, laid. So why on earth would they ever strive to be something more? I embody the traits and accolades. What are you talking? Are you talking about me or something else? Am I missing something? Dang, Thomas pulling a 20-year-old. Jeez. Hmm. Yeah, I mean that. I think we talked about this in another chat. I don't. You were probably here. Hmm. Yeah, I get kind of weird when a man is like wanting to drop a lot of money on me immediately. I think a man should invest in a woman if he's serious about her. Like he should look for ways that he can, you know, make her life easier. And if he's getting serious about her, he might ask to like take on responsibilities for her just to show her his intent. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I do think, I mean, a lot of women are out here to like, you know, I don't know. It depends on what, I mean, if they wanted to have that kind of relationship, that's a different kind of thing. And it's not necessarily the same thing as looking for marriage. Um, they fleecing. They fleecing. I mean, I wouldn't call it fleecing because, like, again, if a man is leading with his pocket, like, okay, like you're leading with your pocket, okay, yeah, I'll take your money. But I don't know. Yeah, for me, I just, yeah, it's a little bit strange when a guy is completely doing that. Like, I do expect, like, if you ask me out, you'll pay for things, but like, I'm not, I don't know. I do find it a little weird at first when he like wants to take you shopping and like, or like get to know me before you spoil me. Get to know me a little bit before you start like spoiling me or doing that kind of thing, or just because it feels like a lot of pressure too. Like that to me again, it just feels like a lot of pressure when there's like all of this money being spent and it's like I don't really know you yet. What if I don't like you? What if I don't like you and then I'm going to feel like some kind of, I don't know, not guilt. I don't really feel guilt about anyone spending money on me, but like I'm going to feel pressure. That's more the thing. I don't like feeling pressure because it's uncomfortable. But I mean, I respect gold diggers. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. A lot of men out here lead with their pockets, and a lot of men love gold diggers. Like honestly, so doesn't doesn't phase me. Hi, Justin Michaels. That's so nice. Wishing us a very good day. Thank you. This is the day the Lord has made. This is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in mine eyes. It was a nice day. I got a little sun, and there were flowers, y'all. There was a tree that was sprouting its flowers. Justin, what are you talking about? Gold diggers have a life expectancy. What? Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, it makes me feel pressured. Like be a gentleman, be don't be kind. Well, I mean, I don't know about that. Like gold digging is a psychological thing. It's not about looks. I mean, usually gold diggers look their best. No doubt about that. But it's gold digging is game and it's psychology. So it comes down to like how you play the game. I mean, really, it's not because a lot of times, even the best gold digger, like a gold digger could be, a lot of times, a lot of men are gold diggers. Okay, a lot of men do this. You'll get like a good-looking guy, right? And he'll approach like an overweight woman or like a woman that's, maybe a couple, she's not as attractive as him. Okay. She's just not as attractive as him. So, if she's a gold digger, right, and she is if a gold digger, a female gold digger is approached by a man who is way more attractive to her, or than her, like just on the scales, let's say he's like an 8 and she's like a 5. Okay, and if she is a gold digger, she knows exactly how to rate herself. She knows exactly what she's got going on, and she knows exactly what he's got going on. So if that man, approaches her, she's immediately in her mind thinking that he's trying to game her. All right. So she's going to run psychological game on him. It's down to a game that people play, and it can be exciting, and a lot of men are into it, honestly, because it's well, I don't want to get into the reasons why they're into it, but it's very easy, and a lot of guys, like, I don't know, I prefer to wait to receive, from a man like that. Like, I expect to be treated nicely and as a gentleman would. Like, if you're asking for my time, you're going to pay. But, like, I would rather get, presents and gifts and investment a little bit later on, Oh, Thomas. Thomas thinks he could win. Let's play a game, Thomas. $10,000 for date money. What? That to me is like, why are you leading with your pocket like that? Why not on the date talk to me about my goals, dreams, and aspirations as a woman, as a human being? Why not ask me on the date? If I accept, I accept. And then if we're on the date, you talk to me about these things seriously. If you really do want to invest in me, if you really want to spend, if you really have it like that and you want to spend money on me, like, why not take me on a date and have a really frank conversation about your financial situation and the fact that you want to invest in me? You know, like, I like you. I think you're a beautiful woman. I like the way you think. This is your dream, or that these are your goals, aspirations. Here, let me give you this. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, why are you leading with your pocket? Like, I don't know. The true one is not to play cross romantic banking. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that is more that is to me, because I'm like, I'm looking for something serious too. I'm not just looking for a sugar daddy, you know. And if a guy is a sugar daddy, like, I would also still expect him to be like, you know, if that's his thing. Like, if he's approaching me, I still expect him to treat me in the right way, and have some level of like dignity about he does it. The only way to win is not to play. Aw, as an alpha male. Oh, Justin, we got alphas in the chat. This is great. Only Siths deal in absolutes. I'm ready whenever you are. I thought we were talking tomorrow. Do you want to chat tonight? She messaged me this morning. Like, we were supposed to talk last night. She like forgot about it. Now she's like, I'm ready whenever you are. Girl, what? You crazy? Oh wow, my friend made this beautiful cake. Look at this, y'all. It's a chocolate ganache bundt cake. Ooh. Technically, it was about AI. Wow. Gnocchi. Gnocchi. I don't like gnocchi. I don't like gnocchi. I love Italian food, but I don't like it. Mm-mm-mm. I just think, yeah, it's kind of like it puts a rush on things when like money is like immediate. Like, and you know, I do like, even though that's important to me that a guy be financially secure and stable and be able to provide, like, I want to like him too, you know. I don't want just any man like doing that. It's, you know, I want him to be somebody that I'm with because I like as a person. But anyway, it's all a lot of mess. Italian food is amazing. I know it's so good. I love it. Just the fresh flavors, and it's just simple too. It's like simple, and that whole region might eat their way to eternal life with that diet. Yeah, they are doing pretty good. They do have a lot of old people in Italy. Ganache, chocolate ganache. Yeah, my friend is a baker. She has like a cookie company, but she also does the like baked goods for this southern restaurant. But I thought, I don't know, she's very sickly too. She's a sickly person, so she's often in and out of the hospital. Last time I talked to her, she was in the hospital, so I better follow up with her. You like the French more? Well, yeah. Will I move to Italy? Only if you take me. We could get one of those like cheap houses abroad. We'll get a nice like country house that's been there a couple 100 years. You can stock the wood for it, and you'll come in and I'll be in the kitchen every day just making like, I'll constantly have a pot on the stove. On the range, it'll be a range stove. The fire will always be going, and there'll always be something bubbling or simmering on the stove. So every time you walk in the house, you'll get hit with those nice Italian flavors wafting through the air. The scents will draw you in. And there I will be in an apron. I'll have my hair tied back with like a kerchief. No makeup, obviously. And I'll just be sat at the table. Glowing under the firelight. Mm. Hmm. Well, I speak more French than Italian, so maybe we'll go to France instead. She's like, oh, I said Sunday, we can chat tomorrow. I might get off of here. Setting up a romantic date. I'm not setting up any romantic dates. No. I don't have anything romantic on the radar right now. Okay. So we're going to Italy then, Thomas. You make it happen, Thomas. You could have the Terri Strange. You could have Terri Strange. The most wild and evocative of all e-girls you could have in Italy. I could settle into my life as a Nona. Oh no, Europe is a mess filled with drug addicts and illegals. Oh no, worse than Seattle. I love Seattle. Oh, that's too bad. Maxed out a few credit cards, bro. I do love Seattle. I love it up there. It's so beautiful. But like it's so humid in the summertime. I do not like Seattle like in the summertime. It's hard to visit because it's so much more humid than it is down here. Like you just get, so I prefer to like visit in, springtime or fall. But like in the middle of summer it's awful there. Thomas does not need credit cards. I do like to look at, there's this Instagram. What is it called? It's called Cheap Old Houses. Let me pull it up here. It's cheap. Yeah, cheap old houses. They also have a cheap Nordic houses. But occasionally they'll post stuff from like Italy. They posted this gorgeous house. Yeah, let's pull it up for fun, okay? Then I'm gonna get off of here because I do need to call my friend. She's gonna visit next month, so I want to make proper arrangements for her when she's here, so she's comfortable. And also make sure I take the time off needed. But yeah, I want to show you all this because it's so dreamy. Okay, so let's pull this up. Yeah, there's a lot of cheap Nordic houses. Our family commute will be by charter bus. Oh, it's so nice. Isn't this exciting? Thomas and I are going to run away to Italy together and we'll have a bus. That's good to have a bus. That way in the back you can get my wheelchair in. That'll be nice. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is the cheap old houses page on IG. I haven't seen this one yet. Look, it's an old church. It's in North Carolina, Pine Bluff. Show us the inside. Oh God, it's gorgeous. Look at it. Wow. Yes, I like finding the like unique places on here, but let's see. So yeah, they have one posted in Scotland, 85,000 pounds, right? And this is in Turriff, which I'm not sure where that is. But look at this. Cute little octagonal house. That kitchen's, oh God, they have one of those tiny little British fridges. I do like the layout of the kitchen, even though it's like very small and there's no dishwasher. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, they had one in Italy recently. This one's in Lucha. Let's check it out together. Look at that door. This is the neighborhood it's in. I mean, what beautiful landscape, huh? Looks like it needs a little work. Yeah, this might not be the one, guys. Let's scroll down and find a better one, yeah? Oh, that one in Illinois looks amazing. Here's one in France. Oh, this one's in Crete. Let's take a look at that. Crete. Oh, it looks beautiful. We could live in warm, beautiful Crete. Yeah, look at that. It's got a rooftop patio. Wow. I don't know what the bathroom's like. That's kind of important to me. Oh, here's one in Spain. Let's check out the one in Spain, yeah? Yeah, we're not going France because they're going to bleed us dry, apparently. Oh, here's one in Sweden. Look at all that land. I do like the Nordic design of the house. Oh, wow, look at that range. Look at it. An old wood stove range. Oh, wow, look at that. That one's a bit more rustic than the ones I'm used to looking at. Here we go. Baza, Spain. I think I saw this one before. I love that door. Look at that door. It's very gorgeous. Could be nice to retire in something like that. Yeah, it does a bit. I know the one in Crete is, yeah. Yeah, a knife land for the 7 dogs in the homestead. Oh, Thomas, 7 dogs. Yeah, I like the look of exposed beams too. Yeah, I like just looking at these. Even the ones in the US are quite something. Like, let's take a look here. For example, there was one, let's see. There was one that I saw that looked interesting. Where is it? I think it was in Illinois. 98,000. Okay, this is a Victorian bank. Look at it. Beautifully restored Romanesque Revival brownstone and brick building overlooks the courthouse grounds from its corner lot. The entire first floor has been professionally restored, making it ready for business. So you can have like a business and then live in the top. Like, doesn't that sound interesting? God, and it's such a gorgeous building too. Ugh. Look at that wood. Oh, wow. Hmm. Quite a few in Illinois recently posted, honestly. This looks amazing. Lawton, Oklahoma. Look at this little house. Look at that. Isn't it charming? It's like a little castle. Oh, God. Okay. Wow. Ugh. Isn't that a charming home? Look at it. Oh, look at that kitchen. It's huge. Look at it. Those old cabinets. Oh, look at all that original wood. Why aren't they showing me the bathrooms? I need to see the bathrooms, especially with these old houses. I love looking at the bathrooms because they have such, interesting, unique pictures. Oh, this one's in Italy, 95,000. Look at that. A cheap pink palace waiting its entire life to find you. Okay, let's check it out. We could live in a palace. The dogs would fit in there, Thomas. Imagine how many dogs we could have in the palace. It has a chimney. It even has a chimney. Yeah, I love those. The Devourers of Jezebel. Silly. Think of all the boring shit that's happened in there. I don't know. In Illinois, I just don't like the weather there. It's too harsh living in the Midwest. I can't do it. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so let's check out this palace. Wow. Okay, could use a little paint. Look at those floors. Hmm. This one got, yeah, hella chimneys. Okay, I don't think that's the one, guys. I think that's going to be too much for me to handle. Come on, we're going to find me a house. Where are we going to live? Oh, this one I saw before. This one's in France. I sent this to my friend. 97,000 euros. Look at this thing. Look how it's built. It's so cute. It's like super thin, but long. And it's just in this interesting little spot. Hmm. Syracuse, they've got a lot of things for $1,000. I think these ones you usually have to move. So this is a bank, but you have to spend 500,000 bringing it up to code. So it was a church. Yeah, it was a church. Oh wow, God, it's gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. I don't know if I want to spend 500,000 getting it up to code. Seems like a lot of work. Oh, here's another Italian place. Maybe this is our home. 80,000 euro. Ooh, oh my God. This is our home, Thomas. Look. This is it. Honey, I don't mind having staff or a dress code. Trust and believe. I was made for that life. But I think this one is just right. You know, it's not too pretentious. It's beautiful. It looks like the tile floors will be easy to keep clean. It's in good condition. There's even a chimney. Like, yeah, we would be happy there. All right. Well, I found it. Go make it happen, honey. Bulgaria. I don't know. I had this like weird internet friend from Bulgaria. Like, she used to message me all the time on IG, and she stopped. I kind of was mean to her though, because she was nuts. She was like a meth head. She just started randomly like messaging me. I mean, that looks like a nice place, and we could have some animals, definitely. It looked like there was room for us. I could have an herb garden, a small little herb garden, have fresh basil for us. Dream bigger, Terry. Okay. Well, that could be our like, okay, so we don't have to have that either. We could just have it as a like our winter home. We could just live there in winter. We could winter there and then summer somewhere cooler, somewhere further north. Hmm. And it's interesting. I did learn a lot from her. She kind of was talking. You just pick things up about their culture from talking to them about like their history. Like she was telling me about her grandmother, who was like the matriarch of the family, and she was an engineer in the 50s. I think that's kind of something interesting about the like old Soviet bloc and the just the communist nations. Women were really employed in those kind of fields to a great degree. Actually, it was like men would be in like white collar jobs, but women were overwhelmingly in like the blue collar jobs. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think yeah, we could just go there. Like we don't have to live there full time. We can just go there. I think we could winter there, or we could have like we could rent it out. Not rent it out, but we could maybe like I don't know. We could do something with it. Blue collar alpha women. That's why I'm always like hilarious when men talk about getting like a submissive woman from like Russia or something. Like that, there was a guy that called into the JLP show who was asking about like he was chatting with this Russian woman and he was like wanting her to come here and work, and I was like, oh, you think you're gonna get a Russian woman to work? You think you're gonna get a Russian woman to like? I was like, I wish you well, caller. No. I was like, you're going to go 50-50 with a Russian? No, honey, you're not. But okay, it's so funny to me because you're more likely to get that situation with an American woman. Like if that's what a man is looking for, most women around the world are not going to go for it. An American woman will. An American woman or a Scandinavian woman or maybe Eastern European woman would, but like I know, then they become the alpha of the house. If a Russian woman is working, best believe she's running that house. She best believe she is the head. She's like, oh, I'm working. Okay. You're gonna have to get one of them Russian grandmas to do it. But a nice having a nice little cabin in Arizona is a good idea. It's a good investment. Hmm. Yeah, get you a babushka, and she can cook, honey. Oh, she gonna fatten you up with them nice pierogies, and she gonna make you soup, and yeah, she'll drink you under the table. Yep. Oh, I would. Oh, I love the Russian accounts where they have the exotic animals, especially the bears. I love bears. I don't care. Like I love them. They're so smart and they're kind of dopey, but they're also killers. I relate to them so much. I love bears. They're amazing creatures. Okay, y'all, I better call my friend, figure out her trip and whatnot. So thanks for being here. I don't even remember why I went live, but I'm sure we're all better off for it. Have a good night. I'll see you another time.